Professor Park makes patchboards. Episode 2, Labrophones and Electromagnetic Shields.
Okay, kids, today's thing is the Labrophone. Labro comes from the root words meaning lips. Those things, yes. And phone, of course, refers to sound, as in telephone, far sound. Yes, okay. Now, but a labrophone is a lip sound. Or whatever. Okay, but that's not a labrophone. That's just me being stupid. A labrophone is when you take something that has a resonant cavity associated with it. In other words, it wants to resonate at certain frequencies. It wants to amplify certain frequencies and suppress others. And such a thing is a simple tube. Here's a copper tube. And I can use this as a very, very, very primitive labrophone. Yeah. Now, of course, there are lots of kinds of labrophones. You would probably call it a brass instrument, a trumpet or a sousaphone or an alpenhorn or whatever it happens to be. Something you put a mouthpiece of some form against your lips and you buzz your lips and it goes down this long tube and the tube resonates and you can get overtones and going too far afield. But what does a labrophone have to do with electromagnetic shields, which, if you remember, boys and girls, was where we left off last time? We need an electromagnetic shield, and here it is. Okay, we take our little orange wire. I've got a slightly longer one this time because it fit the pipe better, and I'm going to simply stuff that thing right down the pipe. There it goes. And it's going to pop out the other side. So there we have it. Okay, into one end and out the other. Yes, indeedy. Now, warning, I am dramatically simplifying this. So for those of you who actually know a good bit about electromagnetics, which I don't, for those of you who actually know, I realize it's far more complicated than what I'm saying. Okay, but here it is. Here it is for the layperson. Okay? Now, you put this in that electromagnetic soup we live in, right? Now, remember when you had just the wire, it was going to have all sorts of little currents induced in it by all those electromagnetic fields running around. But now we put it inside another hollow conductor. And when the electromagnetic waves hit it, shabamo, it creates currents in here. And those currents, and here's where it gets really difficult, those currents actually almost perfectly cancel the electromagnetic waves inside the conductor. Yeah. And so basically, it takes them, it converts them into a current. Now, usually what you do is you connect the shield. You take a wire and you connect it to a big pole in the dirt. That's known as the ground terminal on your electrical outlet. In the United States, they look like this. So, what happens is these electromagnetic waves zoom, induce all these little currents, which effectively shields the thing inside. And if you connect a wire up to ground, all those little currents have a place to go so they don't cause problems. Now, the Earth is a very big sink of electricity. Hey, the Earth can take multiple lightning strikes in very quick succession, and it doesn't do a whole lot of damage to the planet. A little bit of localized mayhem. If if it starts a fire, it can be a problem. Lightning started a fire that burned my house down when I was 10 years old. That was one of the traumatic experiences of my life. But off the subject again. So now we've got another problem. We got several more problems. One is, I can't imagine trying to make a patch cord with a shield like this. You can't bend the sucker, okay? I mean, you could imagine how to do it with fittings and all, but that's insane, and it would be incredibly expensive, not to mention hard to use. So that's a no-no. So we've also got another problem, which is, look at this wire sticking out. It's still in the electromagnetic soup. We need to somehow get this wire connected to the tip of this phone plug so that the wire itself is also shielded on its way getting to the tip. And that brings up one of these big old things, okay? And we'll take this apart and we'll see how it's built. But there's your phone plug. That's what goes on the end of this wire. Now, we're not going to use this wire. So what we need is we need something that does the same job this does, except that it's flexible. And we have a way to terminate the ends of the wire going through it so that the ends of the wire don't pick up stray electromagnetic crap. Now, that's where we get instrument cable, or guitar cable, or whatever you want to call it. It is a compromise between shielding efficiency and flexibility. You can get cable that's more efficient at filtering out all that electromagnetic crap. You can indeed, but in general they're going to be stiffer, which is probably not what you want for patch cords on your synthesizer, and it's almost certainly not what you want for a guitar cable. So, in order to talk about this, we've got to go to another video.